Good evening, everyone. Tonight we begin a week-long series called A Family Affair. We'll introduce you to 5 families that say sports and family is a two-way street. The lessons learned at home have led to success on the field. At the same time, sports has given back something very special. Tonight we begin with the story of the Krenz family. From Wheaton to West Fargo, their talent is well known, but athletics is just a small part of what makes the Krenz family unique. For them, competing and serving is a family affair. Here's Steve Hallstrom.
You might know the Krenzes as high achievers on the football field, but early on they learned there's more to life than making tackles.
One lesson that I think Gwen and I both tried to teach them is to look beyond themselves, and that they've lived. There's nothing wrong with giving your country a few years of service.
The boys agree and say it's not just an adventure, it's a job. It's the career of choice for all 3.
And it's helped me out in so many ways, not only financially, but just being disciplined and looking at things in a different perspective.
I don't think between the 3 of us we have any, student loans for college right now, and that takes pressure off my parents and us.
You could say Tom and Neil have got both feet on the ground, but that'll change this summer. They'll be jumping out of planes during airborne training.
Tom came up to me one day and he says, "I'm going to airborne school, and that's what I'll have on you, And I didn't like the idea of that, so I said, I want a spot too.
Teaming up to meet challenges is something this family is used to. Dave's only brother, Joel, died at age 42. 12-year-old Amanda would have to grow up without her dad, but not without family.
They've been like brothers to me, and when my dad passed away, they were like the closest family I had on this side, and Dave and Gwen, they've been really supportive for me, and they just helped me through it, and we've just been really close, and I don't know how I could have gotten through it without them.
No one here has forgotten Amanda's dad. Dave says you can still see him when these 4 compete, because he was a coach at heart, and the boys and Amanda were his prize pupils.
Well, when I came home from the field, like when I was farming, and I'd see Joel's car in the yard, I'd know where everybody was. They were out and, I wasn't going to get my machinery in the shed that night because they'd have obstacle courses that they were working around.
In many ways, it was the purest of teaching grounds. The backyard, the driveway, the concrete slab in the Quonset. The lessons, they were learned well. And along the way, these 4 have been a source of pride for their country, their communities, and a very special coach. Steve Hallstrom, WDAY Sports.
And tomorrow, Steve will take a look at the Erickson family from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota.